Okay, so this is just a short video discussing, some of these Unity tutorials I've been following. So we have this really simple scene here. This one is about the different. Why this one's basically about why using time.delta time is important um, for our movements in games. So I'm just, I guess, starting out talking about these. In the hierarchy, you'll see like update atom, late atom, which is late update, and then we have fixed atom, which is using fixed update, and then seconds atom, which is supposed to be based off the seconds passed um, total. It'll basically, yeah, I guess I'll get into it when I get into the scripts, huh? Um, so if I go to the scripts here, um, you know, fixed update. Um, it's it's gonna be called every fixed. It's called every fixed frame rate. I believe by default that's either 60 frames per second. I believe. Um, then late update is called every frame, but I believe it happens later in the cycle than regular update is, which is update is called once every frame. Um, so if I just go ahead and take away these time.delta time comments, if I comment those out, and then we just run this here, we're going to see that they don't move all at the same pace. If we actually go to the scene view, we can see that, fixed update atom is moving at a pretty fast, pretty decent rate. Update atom, despite being called once every frame, is not moving very fast. And then late update atom is moving, decently fast as well. That is because I didn't save these scripts. Oops, I didn't save the scripts. So another thing I learned from this is to always remember to save your scripts. Let's try running that again. Um, so there we go. This is kind of the result I was more expecting. Um, we see here our atoms, our fixed update atom and our regular update atom are moving at the same rate. That makes sense because they're both each called once a frame. Makes sense. Seconds atom we haven't really discussed yet, and fixed update atom was moving a lot slower because the frame rate of my computer is a lot higher. Whereas fixed update, it'll move only 60. It'll only update 60 times per second, or six. It'll update 60 times per second because of 60 frames per second. Um, yes. So if we go back to the scripts, the reason why they are moving separately is we can use more time-based things to make them move more consistently. So the seconds, if we just was late update already moving with that, whatever. Update. Yes. So if we move them all by time, so basically the way seconds update works is that it's going to get the last. It's going to find like the start time, and then it's going to over here. We're going to basically set the position of him of our atom. We're going to set it using the oops the time real time since startup minus the time start offset. This time start offset's just 0 at the moment, but that allows us to do is basically base its movement off of time rather than frames, which is nice because frames, as we saw earlier, are inconsistent. So I believe if we should run this, we should get a more consistent um, more consistent speed between the atoms. Yeah. So there you go. The Bring back to the scene view. So late atom, update atom, and fixed update atom all move at the same rate now because by getting time.delta time, we're able to see how many frames since the last second. And because, every time they're updating, they're checking, when was the last time we updated. They're basically able to accommodate for any differences in time, or times when they run the update cycle, I guess. Um, and our poor little seconds guy is lagging quite far behind. Um, but yeah, it's just a little example of the different kinds of update and how we can accommodate for their their functions in Unity.